It's summertime, so let's have some fun. Now that the kids are officially out of school and the unks and grandparents are firing up that grill for the family reunion, let's take a look at all the new shows and movies coming to streaming and hitting the theaters this June. Stay right there. Extra Butter Please is coming right up. Welcome to Extra Butter Please. I'm your host, Sydney Jackson. We kick off the month of June with the sports comedy series, Stick.
Things were supposed to be different for me. I look in the mirror. I would not bet on that guy.
Although the divorce has been finalized, there's still the outstanding matter of the family home.
I object.
To what?
That's contempt.
We're not in a
Okay,
courtroom.
I feel like you guys are ganging up on me. My
3-6.
chair's not as high as yours.
There's a tiny lever
Can we
under
just,
it.
please?
Court's adjourned.
We're not in court.
An over-the-hill ex-golfer fired from his job sees hope in coaching a troubled teen prodigy after his wife leaves him, staking his future on the youth's success.
This game takes and it takes. The game's finally giving me something back.
I'm used to it. People liking me just for golf, same as Dad.
You are my friend, and that's got nothing to do with how well you swing a golf club. I care about you more.
Stick, starring Owen Wilson, swings onto Apple TV Plus on June 4th. The highly successful comedy drama Ginny and Georgia is returning to Netflix this month with their third season.
You know what I loved about your wedding? It wasn't this cookie cutter, copy and paste affair. It was very memorable.
Especially the part where I was arrested.
Exactly.
Angsty 15-year-old Ginny Miller often feels more mature than her 30-year-old mother, the irresistible and dynamic Georgia Miller.
I don't want my mom to go to prison.
Do you think she did this?
Ginny and Georgia Season 3 debuts on Netflix on June 5th. Tyler Perry returns to Netflix this month, reuniting with Taraji P. Henson in the drama thriller Straw.
I didn't mean to do this. Something inside of me broke. I told them I need my money to get my daughter's medicine. She's sick. I just need to cash my check, that's all. No, God!
A single mother navigates a series of unfortunate events, leading her down an unforeseen path where she becomes embroiled in a situation she never envisioned, finding herself at the center of suspicion in an indifferent world.
This is about giving her a chance. It seems like you had a lot to get over today.
Straw reaches its limit on June 6th. We have two projects in the Predator franchise hitting this year. The first is an animated movie hitting Hulu. Check it out.
You are old enough now. It's time I tell you about the monster.
Three of the fiercest warriors in human history, a Viking, a samurai, and a World War II pilot, become prey to the ultimate killer of killers.
There's only one way to kill it. We must fight together.
Here we go.
Predator, Killer of Killers, sets its target June 6th on Hulu. We kick off our theatrical run of movies this month with the horror film The Ritual, starring Dan Stevens and Al Pacino.
We are the Lord's army in this battle. Emma is not well. I need a team of 3. Father Steiger will be taking notes and assist with restraints. The devil will do whatever it takes to foil our plans. We must be resolute and hold back the darkness.
2 priests, one in crisis with his faith and the other confronting a turbulent past, must overcome their differences to perform a risky exorcism.
Reveal yourself! Emma?
Emma?
The Ritual hits theaters on June 6th. Stay right there. Xtra Butter Please will be right back after this.
Why is just a starting line? For the true self blooms only when we find our purpose, what makes us tick, below the surface. Our reason why is united, undivided, seeking understanding. My why is diversity and unity, a safe space in my community. It's a million faces in a mirror and everyone belongs. Find your why for a better us.
My name's Stacy, I'm 57, and I was adopted in 2020.
We were adopted in 2019.
And we were adopted in 2021.
We had a house, and it sounds crazy, but it wasn't a home. The one thing that Jake and Emma brought is it became a home.
When I met Dakota, he had just turned 14.
You weren't there for the first this and the first that. I missed the first words, but we got a lot of other firsts.
Watching her say, oh my God, I cannot believe I got my license. And she's like, I passed. And I'm like, girl.
See them grow. It is...
They chose to love us. They didn't have to. They chose us. Family.
You and you. Kids in the middle.
What I thought was a complete life was nowhere near complete, but it is now.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org.
A life-affirming, genre-bending story based on Stephen King's novella about 3 chapters in the life of an ordinary man named Charles Krantz.
When you look up at the night sky, it can tell you stuff about your future. It won't lie to you. It's pure that way.
And more detailed and complex. You fill the whole thing. It'll be a universe. Isn't that wonderful?
The Life of Chuck, starring Tom Hiddleston, hits theaters in limited release on June 6th. Auteur director Wes Anderson returns to theaters this month with his espionage dark comedy, The Phoenician Scheme.
Rescue workers are laboring to recover and identify the remains of Zsa Korda, international businessman, maverick in the fields of armaments and aviation, among the richest men in Europe. This was Korda's 6th recorded airplane crash. He is survived by 10 children, 9 boys, 1 nun, his daughter Liesl.
As Korda embarks on a new enterprise, they soon become the target of scheming tycoons, foreign terrorists, and determined assassins.
One thing you'll never know because you can't. The truth. I suppose I'm moved by this absurd performance.
I recognize this assassin.
Go now. Suicide pedal.
The Phoenician Scheme hits theaters everywhere on June 6th. There's a lot more to be fearful of than just sharks in the new horror thriller, Dangerous Animals.
Right, crew. There's still one thing we need to take care of. I promise you it'll help. Close your eyes. Take a big, deep inhale. And out. And in. And out. Welcome aboard.
When a free-spirited surfer is abducted by a shark-obsessed serial killer and held captive on his boat, she she must figure out how to escape before he carries out a ritualistic feeding to the sharks below.
Help! I need help.
She's already in the boat.
Behind you!
Yeah, you and me, we fend for ourselves. We're sharks.
I'm nothing like you.
Dangerous Animals dips into theaters on June 6th. John Wick returns to the big screen this month. Sort of. We return to the world of John Wick with the action thriller Ballerina.
To stop the assassin, you must become the assassin. You will always be weaker. You will always be smaller. You want to win? Improvise. Adapt. Cheat.
Taking place between the events of John Wick Chapter 3 and Chapter 4, a ballerina assassin begins to train in the assassin traditions of the Ruska Roma and sets out to exact revenge for her father's death.
This is your fate, and you cannot change it.
Rules.
And consequences.
Ballerina fires into theaters everywhere on June 6th. Set in the London criminal underworld, 3 improv actors are recruited by the police for sting operations in which they must yes and their way into a criminal gang.
This is getting completely out of control.
Oh!
Things go sideways throwing a grenade.
Not a literal grenade.
Okay, run.
We told our bosses that we were about to bring in 3 major players, not a bunch of clowns.
Clowning is an art.
Deep Cover improvises its way onto Prime Video on June 11th. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, we'll take a look at the live-action version of How to Train Your Dragon. And Dakota Johnson plays matchmaker in New York City, while also trying to sort out her own complicated love life. Extra Butter Please. We'll be right back.
Diversity is in our nature. It is in nature, too. Biodiversity. It connects us and sustains us. But nature's biodiversity is at risk more than ever before, and the future of all life is in our hands. So what will you do? Love it or lose it?
Being a dad, I'm able to see everything through my children's eyes. My daughter Zoe, she's happy, she's loving, she's caring, she's sweet. I guess she's that growing bundle of joy.
My dad is just the best dad ever. He says, I will keep you safe the whole way, and he does. Life is sometimes hard. My mom and dad have to go without because they want us kids to have food in our stomachs. The food bank is a place where my family gets help getting food. It helps my family because sometimes we don't have as much. If I had one wish for my dad, it would be to help him out because I just love him too much.
Sydney Sweeney and Julianne Moore star in the new suspense thriller, Echo Valley, coming to Apple TV Plus this month.
I need help. Okay, let's get this off. Are you bleeding?
Okay, calm down. Breathe.
Kate Garrett works training horses on her southern Pennsylvania farm as she copes with personal tragedy. One night, her daughter Claire arrives at her door covered in blood that's not hers. And Kate has to decide what she's willing to do to protect her daughter.
How are you holding up? I can't really talk about her.
I'm freaking out right now because I read that bodies float.
What are you doing out here?
I won't let anything happen to you. What'd you do? I took care of it. All of it.
Echo Valley hits Apple TV Plus on June 13th. Disney's not the only one getting into the game of remaking their own animated movies. DreamWorks is adapting their beloved animated film, How to Train Your Dragon.
We're all descendants of the finest dragon fighters from everywhere the Vikings ever traveled. These beasts are a threat to all of our lands. It's time, Hiccup.
As an ancient threat endangers both Vikings and dragons alike on the Isle of Berk, the friendship between Hiccup, an inventive Viking, and Toothless, a night fairy dragon, becomes the key to both species forging a new future together.
What's up to us?
Us?
Stick with me.
All right, bud, you ready?
Come on!
Here it comes!
How to Train Your Dragon flies into theaters on June 13th. Celine's song made waves with her debut film, Past Lives. She's back this month with her follow-up, the romantic comedy Materialist.
Hey, are you single? I'm a matchmaker. Give me a call if you want to meet somebody.
I deserve someone who fulfills all of my criteria.
Nothing over 20 BMI.
I don't want someone who likes cats.
I'm trying to settle. I promise you're going to marry the love of your life.
A young, ambitious New York City matchmaker finds herself torn between the perfect match and her imperfect ex.
Hi, John.
Definitely didn't expect to run into you tonight.
I missed you.
Yeah, you don't even remember my face.
When you love someone, it'll be easy. No math.
Not gonna marry him, are you?
Dakota Johnson, Chris Evans, and Pedro Pascal are...
The Materialist finds its match on June 13th. Samuel L. Jackson and Pierce Brosnan star in the new Western action film, The Unholy Trinity.
Where you headed?
Trinity.
And just who might this be?
My pa.
Mind if I ask how he passed?
He was framed.
Buried secrets of an 1870s Montana town spark violence when a young man returns to reclaim his legacy and is caught between a sheriff determined to maintain order and a mysterious stranger hell-bent on destroying it.
What you want is not your gold. It's blood. And this madness! Every town has its heroes and villains. Don't get caught on the wrong side of that coin.
The Unholy Trinity shoots its way into theaters on June 13th. We Were Liars is a young adult psychological thriller based on the novel of the same name.
Once upon a time, there was a mythical land where it was always summer.
I made you think it was real. Back when we were so innocent.
We were happy. We wanted for nothing.
How am I supposed to?
The story of a 17-year-old girl from a wealthy family. Katie Sinclair spends her summers on a private island. After suffering a terrible accident, she struggles to remember events that happened in her past.
When you're left for dead, you want answers.
We Were Liars debuts on Prime Video on June 18th. Don't go anywhere. We've got more movies and shows to preview when Xtra Butter Please returns.
All of life's poison risks? There's Poison Help. Poison Help is a free 24/7 hotline.
Hello, Poison Help?
That answers all of your poison questions at home,
I'm
might have taken too much medication.
At work,
I think I've breathed in chemical fumes.
and on the go.
They ate a mushroom. What do I do?
With expert guidance and treatment advice in over 100 languages. When poison happens, we're here for you. Just call Poison Help. 1-800-222-1222.
Each year, there are more than a dozen significant tropical and winter storms that threaten the East Coast. So chances are there will be more hurricanes and blizzards near here again. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has all the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Rebel Wilson is bringing her comedy chops to the action genre in the new action comedy, Bride Hard.
Come up, I just have to go.
What? Sam!
Okay, boys and girls, operation's happening tonight.
I'm going to get the package.
Who runs out of their best friend's bachelorette?
What is her job that is so important?
When a mercenary group takes a lavish wedding hostage, they have no idea what they're in for, as the maid of honor is actually a secret agent ready to rain hellfire upon anyone who would ruin her best friend's wedding.
I know I've let you down as a friend, but I did kill a bunch of dudes for you. That means a lot to me.
Bride Hard walks down the aisle on June 20th. Danny Boyle and Alex Garland are re-teaming to complete the post-apocalyptic trilogy with 28 years later. A group of survivors of the Rage virus lives on a small island. When one of the group leaves the island on a mission into the mainland, it discovers secrets, wonders, and horrors that have mutated not only the infected, but other survivors.
There are many kinds of death. And some are better than others.
28 years later, hits theaters everywhere on June 20th. Pixar returns to the big screen with the original science fiction story, Elio. Check it out.
Okay, come and get me.
You okay?
I'm trying to get abducted by aliens.
Elio!
Skipping school!
I don't know if this is boundary testing or sleep regression or... Which one of these is you?
I don't know, but I think that one is you.
Elio, a space fanatic with an active imagination, finds himself on a cosmic misadventure where he must form new bonds with alien life forms, navigate a crisis of intergalactic proportions, and somehow discover who he is truly meant to be.
My friends need our help.
You made a friend?
Just give me a call.
You will feel my wrath. Glorden?
Hi, Dad. I'm a bargaining chip. No, say the other thing. Oh, help me, Father. Quiet, you.
What does that unholy sound? Stop!
Elio takes off into theaters on June 20th. Marvel Television is back on the small screen this month with their next miniseries, Ironheart, hitting Disney+.
Riri, I see you. I see you're fed up, waiting to be acknowledged for your greatness.
You are not the first genius at MIT.
How come you're not working at one of those fancy tech firms?
After my internship abroad, I want to build something undeniable, something
important.
Following the events of the film Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, MIT student Riri Williams returns home to Chicago, where she becomes entangled with the enigmatic Parker Robbins, discovering secrets that pit technology against magic, setting her on a path of danger and adventure.
You know nothing about this man.
You're gonna end up dead or in jail.
This is so much bigger than that.
Ironheart hits Disney Plus on June 24th. Stay right there. When Xtra Butter Please returns, Megan gets an upgrade to take on an even deadlier AI doll, and Brad Pitt has to prove he's not too old to strap in for one last ride around the track. Xtra Butter Please will be right back.
There's a blood shortage and we came up to Dead Lover's Point at midnight on Friday the 13th.
Lame.
Guess I'm gonna waste all this blood by dying in a predictable horror movie way.
50% of Americans like watching blood get spilled in horror movies, but only 3% donate it. When was the last time you donated blood?
The third and final season of the dystopian survival thriller series Squid Game, marketed as Squid Game 3, hits Netflix this month.
잠시 후 게임을 시작하겠습니다.
왜 날 안 죽였어? 왜 나만 살려둔 거야? 왜 나만 살려둔 거야?
In this season, Song Ji-hun and the players fight for survival in even deadlier games, which have dire consequences.
하나, 둘, 셋.
Squid Game 3 plays its final game on June 27th. That killer robot that slays, literally, is back for upgrade in Megan 2.0.
It's hardly fair to blame me for that. But one thing hasn't changed. I will do whatever it takes to protect Katie. What the hell is this? You put me in this plastic Teletubby?
Prove you can be trusted, maybe we'll give you an upgrade.
2 years after Megan's rampage, her creator Gemma resorts to resurrecting her infamous creation in order to take down Amelia, the military-grade weapon who was built by a defense contractor who stole Megan's underlying tech.
I was programmed to protect Katie. The only question is, are you going to stand in my way? Hold on to your vaginas.
I don't care if she did kill 4 people. She is a smoking hot warrior princess.
I'll make you a deal. You can kill Gemma, but don't touch Katie.
Megan.
Megan 2.0 hits theaters on June 27th. The director of Top Gun Maverick returns with another pulse-pounding adrenaline rush film starring Brad Pitt and Damson Idris.
Some people look at Sonny Hayes. They see a guy who lives in a van, a gambling junkie who missed his shot, the best that never was. But I see possibility.
Sonny Hayes, a Formula One driver who raced in the 1990s, has a horrible crash, forcing him to retire from Formula One and start racing in other disciplines. A Formula One team owner and friend, Ruben, contacts Hayes and asks him to come out of retirement to mentor a rookie prodigy.
You can't pull off a miracle.
No pressure. None.
Ever seen a miracle?
Not yet. How do you think I'd feel if you die on the track?
3 laps. 3 laps is a lifetime.
F1 races into theaters everywhere on June 27th. Well, I'm all out of time. If you'd like to be part of the show, email us at extrabutterplease1@gmail.com. Until next time, I'll see you in the theater.